Thank you. Okay, everyone's pulled it up?
Okay, thank you everyone for joining the virtual college exploration for all Illinois students sponsored by the Illinois Association for College Admissions Counseling and StriveScan. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off so the panelists can't see or hear you. This is just one of the many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the full schedule at iacacu.org. This presentation is also being recorded and will be available within about a week at the same website, iacac.org. And now I'd like to turn it over to my presenters.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is April Lynch, and I am your counselor here with Syracuse University. We are very, very excited to speak to you tonight and kind of go over a lot of the special things or the things that make Syracuse special. So to start off, we have about 15,000 undergrad students, a few thousand grads. So we're in that mid-size range for colleges and universities. It gives us kind of the best of both worlds. We're big enough that we have the draw of, guest lecturers and speakers, bands, things like that. We're small enough that your professors get to know you. They truly care about you, and they want to help you in any way that they can. We're also a Research One institution. That means we're in the top tier of research, and I'm sure you're going to hear about that from some of our presenters in a few minutes. We have Division I athletics. We are very, very well known for our school spirit, and we can't wait to have you join us and cheer on the orange. We also have about 200 majors and 100 minors. Again, I'm joined by some of my colleagues tonight who will be talking about the different academic colleges and some of the majors that they have to offer. We have a 15-to-1 student to faculty ratio and an average class size of about 26 students. Now, with that said, 60% of our classes have 20 or fewer students in them. Again, you're getting that one-to-one interaction with your professors and a great way to build relationships with them. We also have over 300 clubs, athletics, and organizations. So if you can't tell, we would love to have you guys be involved when you get to campus. We have a study abroad program that's very robust with 5 campus centers around the world in London, Madrid, Strasbourg, Florence, and Santiago. And then we have 60 other world partners where you can go and have a full immersion trip in some place of your choice. Now, we also have the Renee Crown Honors Program. This, we will look at students as you are applying to it. You can also apply to the program, which we would encourage. Students have some smaller class sizes. They have ways to engage in capstone and thesis projects, have smaller class sizes and resources available to them to really dive deep into subjects that they have a passion for. I would like to turn this over to our College of Arts and Sciences and Chris Anderson now to get you started to learn a little bit more about the programs they have to offer.
All right, thanks a lot, April. Thank you all very much for joining us during this session. Yeah, my name is Chris Anderson. I'm the Director of Graduate and Undergraduate Recruitment for the College of Arts and Sciences in the Maxwell School. The College of Arts and Sciences and the Maxwell School are actually 2 separate schools that are joined together on the undergraduate level to offer one major liberal arts academic unit. So the Maxwell School is very well known for being a graduate school. We do, in fact, also offer undergraduate programs in the Maxwell School. There are actually 10 majors offered in Maxwell on the undergraduate level, but Maxwell partners with the College of Arts and Sciences to make sure they can offer all of the courses that are needed to offer a bachelor's degree. Because the 2 schools are joined together and we have so many majors, there are actually 50 of them and 56 different minors, you would have an enormous menu of courses, majors, minors, and all sorts of other opportunities to choose from. We really offer students a lot of customization where you'd have your ability to choose how in depth you want to get. Do you want to have more of a broad academic experience? Do you want to develop more expertise in 1 or 2 areas? And then kind of the icing on the cake would be the liberal arts experience. It's really up to you. We have a tremendous advising setup. It's an integrated approach where we offer academic advising and career advising together. So our advisors can help you pick your classes, make sure you're graduating in 4 years or less, and then also help you with your resume, your cover letter, find internships, connect you with alumni. They have excursions in New York City, Atlanta, a bunch of other places. And then we are also so connected to all the other schools at Syracuse University that you can major in arts and sciences in Maxwell and minor in any of the other schools, but also you could major in arts and sciences in Maxwell and then have a second major in 4 of the other schools, including the College of Engineering and Computer Science, the School of Education, the Whitman School of Management, and the Newhouse School of Public Communications. So the next slide will have a massive list of all of our majors. So here are all the majors that we offer. A lot of times students aren't really quite sure which majors are offered by Maxwell and which are offered by the College of Arts and Sciences. So we've labeled all the majors, or I'm sorry, we've listed all the majors by Maxwell in orange, and the remaining majors are technically offered by the College of Arts and Sciences. One other detail that I like to point out is that in addition to having all these different options and having the ability to mix and match majors and minors, there are some majors that require a second major. You'll hopefully see from the screen, some of them are called integrated learning majors. They are digital humanities, energy and its impacts, environment sustainability, ethics, forensics, health humanities, and neuroscience. Those majors all require a second major, and each of them will have a list of majors you can pick from when pairing them with the integrated learning majors. We have one other major that requires a second major, citizenship and civic engagement. That's not an integrated learning major because you can pick any major you want as your second major, but you are not limited to these majors to do a second major. These are just the ones that require it. You can double up. You can, we even have students who triple major, and right now we have a student, Derek, he's doing a quadruple major. So I don't want to scare anyone, but certainly if you have multiple interests, the College of Arts and Sciences and the Maxwell School, we're really a good fit for that. And then finally, I think I have one more slide to talk about, and the last slide will talk a little bit about what our students do outside of the classroom. Here are 2 examples, Mia and TJ. They've done a lot, multiple majors, multiple internships, some community service, and we have lots of great opportunities right in Syracuse. So if you're in the College of Arts and Sciences in Maxwell, we have some majors that are actually a class you enroll in. And the first day of classes, they give you a list of internships. And then during the semester, you complete that internship as your class. We also have students who typically, maybe during the summer, will go to places like New York or Los Angeles, Boston, Chicago, Philadelphia. Those are popular locations, but we have students all over the place and even abroad. We recently had a student who was working for Bank of China in Beijing. We also had another student working for another bank, Bank of America, but that was in Singapore. So tons of great internship opportunities. We are at Syracuse an R1 research university, which is the highest level in the United States. And the College of Arts and Sciences and the Maxwell School, we do a lot of that research in the sciences, but also we have opportunities in the humanities and the social sciences. And then we do see a lot of students who are able to study abroad in the College of Arts and Sciences and the Maxwell School. Our students have a wide range of locations where they can go and study abroad. We even have an option in the first semester to study abroad in Florence, Italy, Madrid, Spain, and Strasbourg, France. So you can go any semester you want. And you'll hear maybe a little bit more about that. That option is also available in the College of Engineering and Computer Science and a location, but we really have a lot of opportunities from day one all the way up until the end of your senior year if you want to study abroad that final semester. One last detail, as far as outside the classroom, in addition to the abroad locations, we also have a program in Washington, D.C. for our juniors and seniors, for anyone who might want to select a Maxwell major. Typically, our students will take 4 classes while they're there, and they are required to do an internship. And recently, we've had students in the White House, at the Pentagon, all over Capitol Hill, and the Maxwell School reputation really helps students find those internships. So I hope this brief introduction was helpful. If you have any questions about the College of Arts and Sciences and Maxwell, I will be certainly happy to help.
Greetings, everybody. My name is Zachary Schuster. I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions here in the Fall College of Sport and Human Dynamics. A little bit about the Fall College. Our programs are all about making a difference. So if you're a student who wants to make an impact in your community, on the global stage, or within an organization or business through leadership or management, advocacy and counseling, education, health and wellness, if you're a socially responsible student and very career focused, you're probably going to be a great fit for our programs. Our faculty and staff would love to have you here within our college. In terms of the academic experience, we really believe that our academic programs offer the best of both worlds. Some of that's through flexibility. So within all of our majors, students have options to pursue minors, double majors, pursue internships and experience credits, as well as international opportunities. And we offer some great long-term and short-term opportunities to get you out in relevant career and field-related opportunities. We're extremely community focused as a school or college. Of course, some of our majors like public health, social work, human development, and family science, they tend to be very community focused just in nature of what students want to do, both within their careers and within the classroom. But even our programs in sport management and sport analytics, students find really creative ways to give back. So a great example of that would be our sport management organization, club organization here on campus organizes a fundraiser each fall semester during halftime of one of our men's basketball games. And in just a few short years, they've actually raised more money than any other club here on the SU campus, over, oh goodness gracious, about $65,000 a year. I think it's almost $500,000 at this point. So pretty unique. All of our programs feature this kind of idea of theory to practice. So if you're in high school right now and you're taking a bunch of classes and wondering, how is this ever going to benefit me in my career? Well, at the Fall College, you'll have opportunities to take the things you're learning, the lessons, the reports, the lectures that you're attending and on campus, and be actually able to apply them to kind of a real life or real world scenario. In addition to that, we've got a great career services team, and we try to bridge that piece of kind of the education and career training within your program of study. We have specialized internship professionals that will help connect you to industries, opportunities off campus. And we also are always networking our students with both alumni of Syracuse, but also just professionals in your field of study. So you don't necessarily have to blaze your own path. You can follow in the footsteps of others around you. In terms of majors, we've got some really unique academic programs ranging in a wide variety of subjects. So if you want to look at food from production all the way through consumption, food studies would be a great fit for you. If you want to examine the physiological, psychological, and other impacts of health and exercise science, we've got a great major here on campus with some amazing facilities. We've got a really unique program in human development and family science, kind of a cross-cultural context of looking at birth across the lifespan, so birth from death. We've also got programs in nutrition science and dietetics, an amazing program here in public health that's helping our current students and faculty and staff stay safe during a pandemic. We've got amazing programs in social work, sport management, sport analytics as well. We've got some really unique fast track programs. So we have a 4+1 option with our iSchool, and you'll hear from Stephanie here a little bit about what they do over there in the iSchool, but some pretty unique programs. We also have an accelerated 5-year program in public health, as well as a 3+3 physical therapy track with SUNY Upstate Medical University, who's actually our neighbor. And as I mentioned before, all of our programs have this theory to practice component. So you'll be able to take things you're learning in the classroom, apply it to a real life scenario in upwards of 500 hours or more across all of our programs. So it depends on the program. Some are more research based, some are more practical or curriculum based, but just, I guess, rest assured, a 3-year program of study, you're gonna have a lot of opportunities to experience life outside of the classroom in addition to your academic studies. But thank you so much, and I'll turn it over to the next presenter.
Hi everyone, my name is Erin Kaminska and I'm the recruitment coordinator at the Whitman School of Management. So as you can see here, we offer 9 majors that are available to you. So they are all listed here on the PowerPoint screen. And what's unique about our program is a lot of students will pursue what's called a double major. So they're selecting 2 out of these 9. And then about 35% of our students will pursue a single major. So they might select one of these off the list and then add a minor onto their program. And then we also have the dual program, which I know has been already mentioned, but it's a unique way to pair the business program with another school on campus. Next slide, please. So like I had mentioned, the 9 majors that are available, but then we also do have those 3 dual enrollment programs. And those are with the School of Information Studies, also known as the iSchool, the College of Arts and Sciences, Maxwell School of Citizenship and Public Affairs, and the S.I. Newhouse School of Public Communications. So if you're enrolled in these dual programs, you will be completing the full degree and requirements for each of those schools. You're completing the entire major of what you choose for Whitman and your other school. So it is quite heavy, but certainly doable. And it is also a great opportunity to pair 2 unique interests, if that's the route you'd like to go. And then we also offer what's called the 3+3 Business and Law program. So this is a accelerated 6-year joint degree program with the College of Law here at Syracuse University. And you will be earning your BS and your JD. So this, since it is accelerated, you would be working with your advisor to ensure that you are completing the requirements to stay on track. You do complete your Whitman degree, your program within those 3 years, and then the 4th year you would begin your law courses. And then a unique opportunity that we have here at Whitman is called our Goodman Impress program. So this program was really created to ensure that students were prepared to work in the real world in a professional setting. And this program really does teach our students how to network and build communications, build community amongst your peers, your faculty, and within the Whitman School as a whole, along with Syracuse University. So they teach you these soft skills. It's a great way to get out, attend events, attend activities, learn how to go to career fairs, attend mock interviews. And each year, the Goodman Impress program has a competition, so you will be put on a team. They're also known as houses, and whoever's team has the most points essentially wins the Goodman Cup at the end of the year. So it's a great opportunity for you to get involved. You would be placed into a house upon acceptance into Whitman, and like I said, you attend events, you earn points, and you're earning points for yourself, but also your team. And then we also have several experiential opportunities for you. Internships are required. So part of your 4 years, you will complete at least one internship. You certainly have the opportunity to complete more than one, but working with a career center, building those relationships with them from the beginning will help you through that process. You're not limited to going to New York. You can do an internship in Boston, Philadelphia, go to the West Coast, honestly, wherever you have an interest. And then the community engagement part of our program is really important because we also want to make sure that you're able to apply everything that you've learned in the classroom to outside events. So being a part of the community and giving back is also really important for our students. So this can be completed in a couple of different ways. So you can get involved in nonprofits around the area. You can become a peer mentor, which is helping incoming students or having them ask you questions, and since they're new to the school and whatnot. Campus-based community engagements, we have a program called Enactus, which is a great opportunity for you to work with Mayan women and give back in that way. And then community-based, so working with Red Cross, the Rescue Mission, and other opportunities like that. And then we also have study abroad options, which I know was mentioned, so the 5 SU centers. It's a great way to get out for a semester and learn a different area. And then we also offer a lot of opportunity in New York City, so career advising and career following down in New York City, internships as well. And then we also have what's called the Orange Value Fund, which again is a really unique opportunity for those who might be interested in finance. So this is a program that gives you the opportunity to work with a $4.5 million portfolio. It's real money, so you're working with faculty and students and learning how to invest and manage this large portfolio. And then we also have what's called the Entrepreneurship Center. So if you're looking into entrepreneurship, you're looking for advice and guidance, if you have a new business idea, certainly have the support here with faculty and students who also might have those new business ideas. I will hand it over to Tim.
Thanks, Erin. Hi, everybody. My name's Tim. I'm the representative for our School of Education. Welcome tonight. So glad you're able to join us. I'm going to be talking about our 12 majors in our School of Education. 11 of those lead to teacher preparation or some sort of teaching certification that can be applied anywhere across the United States. And then we do also have one non-teacher preparation program, our Selected Studies in Education major, that is great for students that are interested in education, maybe school counseling, guidance counselor, the work that we do as college admissions counselors, and many other fields of study. So if you are unsure of whether teaching is right for you, but you are interested in education, that could be a really good fit for you. And then our other 11 education programs are relatively self-explanatory, but we have great partnerships with, you heard from Chris already for our 5 secondary education, 7 through 12 programs. You heard from Zach, who has our dual program with our early childhood birth through 2 program because of their human development and family science program. And then you're going to be hearing from Jenny in just a little bit about our visual and performing arts school for arts education and our music education programs. And then of course, rounding it out with our elementary program, grades 1 through 6, which is our most popular program. And then health and phys ed, and then a number of really great minors to consider, even though you can consider any minor across campus. And then going to go on to our next slide here to discuss some of the different advantages or the aspects that really set our School of Education apart. You heard from a number of people already about that small school personal nature of our academics at Syracuse. Our School of Education makes up about 450 to 500 total undergraduate students. And so if you really are looking for the best of both worlds, you've heard a number of people say that already, but to me it's balance of your academics and everything else you're going to be involved in at Syracuse. Then our School of Education could be a great fit for you, especially because our program kicks off education classes and field experiences. So you're getting out into schools your first year, which you don't see at very many programs whatsoever. You're going to have anywhere between 5 and 9 of those placements across your 4 years, far exceeding the number of hours that you need for teaching certification. You heard many people talk about the advising structure, career services. Those are all areas that we excel at and support our students. Study abroad is definitely manageable to build into your programs. 98% of our students, so talking about outcomes, are either employed or in graduate school. Again, within 6 months, that was our class of 2019, which was really impressive because of all of the amazing things that our students get to do. We offer over 40 different graduate or master's programs that students can pursue, and many of those can be done in just 1 additional year after their bachelor program. And before I turn it over to April to talk about architecture, I just would encourage all of you, this is really just touching on the tip of the iceberg about all of the great things that make up Syracuse and our respective academic areas. And so I'd really encourage all of you to attend one of our other information sessions for even more information, because I know myself and all of my colleagues would really love to connect with you further and help you along your college search. So April, take it away, and good luck, everybody.
Thank you, Tim. So the School of Architecture is another one of our fantastic academic colleges here at Syracuse. It's consistently ranked in the top 5 undergrad architecture programs in the nation. We have an 89% graduate placement rate, job placement rate after graduation, and a starting salary of about $54,000 for our students. It is a 5-year Bachelor's of Architecture degree, so you do not need to go on to get a master's after completing this program to become a practicing architect. You can absolutely minor in another area. We oftentimes see students minoring in real estate because at some point they would like to open their own practices and have their own firms. So first semester is almost all architecture classes. You will have 1 writing class on top of that. We feel that this really lets you dive in and get to know the architecture program as well. Our studio classes are really the basis of our program. We want you working hands-on and in those small intimate groups so that you can really learn from your professors and work on your craft. Our studio is a very collaborative environment. We want you in there and interacting, working with one another. We even have a bookstore and a cafe and a library in that area so that you guys can get in there and work hands-on in the things that you feel are best worked on. Slocum Hall is our building for the School of Architecture. It's the picture here on the slide. We currently have students from 46 countries and 34 states. So it's a high amount of diversity in our program. We really feel like we're a global program as well, because we have the opportunity to send you guys on different abroad trips. So we have campuses in Florence and in London that many of our architecture students study at and have internships with. You can also do that in New York City as well. A portfolio is required when you are applying to our School of Architecture. Don't feel like you have to have taken any art classes in high school. You can still apply and be accepted without having done that, though it may be helpful to have had one or two. The work can come from anywhere, from ideas, from representations. The only true requirement we have in the portfolio that it is 12 to 24 pieces, and that you must include real-life observational drawings. We are offering virtual portfolio reviews for admission. So to continue to check out the website, soa.syr.edu, for more information on those portfolio review dates. And I would encourage any students who are considering architecture, take us up on this offer. You'll have faculty come and talk to you about the pieces that you're looking to submit. Again, we offer other information sessions, just like Tim just mentioned. School of Architecture offers one every Tuesday at 10 a.m. that you can sign up for. Illinois students, don't forget, that means it is 9 a.m. Central Time, so there is that time difference. There is a weekly evening session as well. I'm going to go ahead and let Stephanie in the iSchool go next. Thank you.
Thanks so much, April. Hi, everybody. My name is Stephanie. I'm representing the School of Information Studies, or the iSchool. You may not have familiarity with the iSchool, as many high school students do not. Essentially, what we do at the iSchool is we take information and data, and we figure out what to do with it. We figure out how to store it, share it, secure it, visualize it, tell stories with it to make decisions. I'm sure you're all aware of the global pandemic that we're in, and using data and information has really been able to help public health. So that's one simple example. Another way we use data information, we use our phones every day, all the time. Certainly I use it every day, all the time. That piece of hardware collects a lot of information. So companies like Apple or Microsoft take that to make the product better. They take it and sell it to advertising firms. Corporations like Facebook and Amazon use it to deliver advertising and sell as products. So if you want to be at the table when it comes to making decisions, understanding how data and information works is exactly what we study at the iSchool. So on this slide, I like to showcase Netflix too, because a lot of people think about Netflix, they think it's an entertainment company. But really, Netflix is a technology company and data company. And they use it to build new content like Stranger Things, or right now I'm watching The Great British Baking Show. And they use this to inform our viewer behavior. So as you go through Netflix, you get a queue of recommendations based on your behavior. And you see that again on Instagram and Facebook. So we essentially at the iSchool are people that work in teams and collaborate, but are using technology to do it to inform business decisions. So unlike a lot of the other programs on campus, we have one major in our school, and it's called Information Management and Technology. And then you can drill down and get an area of focus in what we call a concentration. The 6 concentrations are listed here. Some of the most popular are data analytics, applying that to government, finance, places like that. But also web design is also pretty popular. And I'll add, for anyone interested in business, project management seems to be a popular choice with them as well. So like our other programs on campus, we have dual degree programs with the Newhouse School, which is our communications school, and you'll hear from Wes shortly, and the Whitman School of Management, which Aaron already talked about. So clearly, data and information drives how we tell stories, how we consume media and information, to how we make decisions with it in a corporate context or other business contexts. So the iSchool is a unique place that if you are maybe a little bit undecided, or you like technology, but you're not sure you want to be an engineer, then the iSchool is a good place for you. April, if you could go to the next slide. I know it's really hard to think about what do you become when you go to the iSchool. It's unfamiliar. So the path when you go to medical school is very clear. You become a doctor. But what happens when you go to the iSchool? Well, you'll find iSchool students literally in every single company you can possibly imagine. The skills that they have are applicable to the public sector and the private sector. So I've listed just a few. A recent grad just went to Amazon. Her name is Maeve, and she works with brick and mortar stores or boutiques to help them get onto the Amazon platform. Prior to that, we had Chris Komicki, who graduated the year before Maeve, and he was an iSchool student with a computer science minor and is a full stack developer, also at Amazon. And then there's Henry, who graduated the year before that, and he's also at Amazon in Seattle, and he's working on project management. So 3 students, 3 different graduating years, same major, but 3 different jobs within the same company, which I think is a really cool story to tell. You'll see our students at banks, large banks like JP Morgan Chase, to community banks maybe in your community, thinking about security, but also finance and data. We've had students work in the travel and leisure space. Right here represented is Southwest Airlines. We had a student go and work for Southwest, making sure that in-flight Wi-Fi was working all the time. So that's pretty cool. Of course, you have technology firms like Uber, Facebook, Google, YouTube that our students are going to work at, but more traditional firms like the FDA, which is actually not a firm, that's the government, to Deloitte, which is a large consulting firm. So the opportunities are endless. And a lot of what our iSchool students say when they graduate is that their skills are transferable. So as they move up in their career, they're translating those skills up into leadership positions. And so before I move on to our next presenter, I do want to share that even in this global pandemic, our students were still getting job offers. We did not have one graduating student lose a job offer due to the pandemic, and that just goes to show the need that our skills that we have in the iSchool are on the market. So we have one of the highest average starting salaries and one of the highest placement rates of any other major on campus, and we're really proud of that. But again, you can pair the iSchool with anything else at Syracuse University, from education to finance. You can pair it either in major and minor or in a dual program. So if you're interested in this and what it all means, we do sessions Tuesdays and Thursdays, a little bit earlier in your time, but I also take personal appointments. And if you would like to connect with me, you're welcome to contact your counselor or April, and I'd be happy to meet with you individually. So thank you. I'll hand it off to Jonathan.
All right, thanks so much, Stephanie. Hi, everybody. I'm so glad to be here. My name's Jonathan Hoster. I'm representing the College of Engineering and Computer Science. I'm a huge fan of Garrett's Popcorn, which many of you may be as well. So that's one of my favorite things to mention when I'm talking to folks from Illinois. In the College of Engineering and Computer Science at Syracuse, as you can see here, we have 8 engineering degrees plus computer science. They're all ABET accredited, which tells you that they are high quality programs where students get a great education and really outstanding outcomes. Awesome example of that would be Bethany Murphy, who's pictured here. She just graduated in May with her bachelor's degree in environmental engineering. She was very involved with research. As you heard us mention before, Syracuse is an R1 research university, so we have many awesome, outstanding research opportunities. And Bethany was involved in a lot of significant research as an undergraduate. She studied abroad on several continents, as you can see from her t-shirt. She was also an Army ROTC cadet. She earned numerous national scholarship awards, and she is one of them is she's a Marshall Scholar, and so she's working on her master's degree right now through a university in the UK. And when she finishes her master's, then she'll be an officer in the US Army. Another few notes that I wanted to make here that you can see on the bullets on this screen. Our students start with hands-on projects in the very first semester in our introductory engineering and computer science course. So if you know what discipline of engineering you want to go into, we will have a course for you that's tailored to that right away in your first semester, and you'll start doing projects relating to that discipline. At the same time, if you're not sure which area of engineering you want to go into, and maybe your physics teacher last year as a junior told you that you'd make a great engineer and you're still trying to figure out which kind of engineering you want to do, that's totally cool. And we'll give you an introductory section that's more broad where you get to do different kinds of projects relating to different kinds of engineering. But I also say that you can't make a bad choice. Any kind of engineering you pick is a great choice. And once you're in the engineering college at Syracuse, you can switch to any of these majors without any restriction. So for instance, if you write civil engineering on your application, but then you decide to switch to bioengineering, for instance, that's totally fine. Our students are doing internships and co-ops and landing jobs across the country. They make really good money in those internships and co-ops, and typically the money they're making will pay for their housing wherever they are, and often that leads into full-time job offers with the company where they intern or co-op. Our students have 3 advisors right from the get-go, including a career advisor that will help them navigate that process and make connections with alumni to help them with opportunities at their companies. All right, I think we can go to the next slide, please. This is a really great example of a number of locations, number of companies where our engineering and computer science graduates are working. The large majority of our graduates go directly into industry. So about 75% of our engineering and computer science graduates will complete their bachelor's degree and then go directly into industry at many of these companies, at all of these companies you see here, plus many others. So they're well prepared for a high paying career and a very successful, very rewarding career after their bachelor's degree. And then about 25% of them choose to go into the military or graduate school, which they definitely can. And a great thing about doing graduate school in engineering is it's typically paid for by the school you go to. Certainly if you're getting a PhD and a master's, maybe half of it might be paid for. But they're well prepared to go out and really change the world. Engineering and computer science are all about problem solving. And now more than ever, we certainly need talented folks to do those kinds of things. This program is another thing that I really like to highlight. It's called Invent at SU. It's an invention accelerator. It happens in 6 weeks in the summer where our students design, prototype, and pitch an original invention. Russell Fearon, who's pictured here, graduated last year with his bachelor's in mechanical engineering. He's now working on his master's in biomedical engineering. The invention that he and his business partner came up with, he's holding in his hand there. It's called the SugX. It's a smartwatch that monitors glucose levels for people with diabetes. So they invented that during this 6-week program called Invent at SU that we do in the summer. And then they went to another competition hosted by the American Heart Association and won $55,000 towards that invention. So we're quite proud of all the things our students are doing at Syracuse, and this is a really fun example of that. So I think with that, I will turn it over to my friend and colleague, Jenny, to tell you about the College of Visual and Performing Arts.
Thanks, Jonathan. Hi, everybody. I'm glad to be here. My name is Jenny Saluti. I'm the Director of Recruitment and Admissions for the College of Visual and Performing Arts. As you can see here, we have quite a few majors offered within the Visual and Performing Arts. We actually have 7 schools and departments within the college. 6 of them are at the undergraduate level. You can see that here: Setner School of Music, the School of Art, the Department of Communication and Rhetorical Studies, the Department of Drama, the School of Design, and the Department of Transmedia. And all of those majors that you see listed fit into that. So we have 25 undergraduate degree programs. We offer 17 different majors, 17 grad programs, so you would see some other things going on. And like the rest of the university, we have a 1 to 15 faculty student ratio and about 1,800 students total. So we're a little small environment and a big research university. And I think some of the things that I'm going to say will echo what everyone else has said. But one of the reasons that I think it's important to consider a place like Syracuse University if you're interested in studying the arts is because we really believe that that art and scholarship can come together to affect change, and to be able to combine the major research university with your creative studies allows you to take things to the next level. We offer conservatory style programs, but within that major research university. So what that means is students can focus in the arts, and I'll talk about the curricular balance in a moment, but also take minors, have a double major if it pairs well. And they can join the over 300 clubs, they can participate in athletics and still dive into their creative endeavors. Additionally, something that makes VPA stand apart is that we do have an in-house arts-specific career development opportunity. So we have 2 career advisors that are housed within VPA that work specifically with our arts students, and they help them from day one to build their networking experiences, to build their LinkedIn profiles, to secure internships and jobs, and to connect with alumni to help them move forward. And that's unique in that we don't think that there are many others within a visual and performing arts school that are focused in this way. We have a great and far-reaching alumni network, as everyone does, really Syracuse does as a whole, and I'll show you a few highlights from that. And you've heard a little bit about study abroad as well. And what's unique about study abroad for VPA is that we have programs at some of our centers around the world and some of our partners that allow the visual and performing arts students to stay on track to their degree completion. So for students studying in music, this is a rare opportunity. We have a partnership with our center in Strasbourg, where students take academics, but also connect with the Strasbourg Conservatory. So our music students continue to take lessons while they study abroad. They don't lose any time in that applied music experience, but they get to explore the world as well. And this is unique, and that goes for all of our programs in different locations. And then additionally, we have those unique opportunities for research. So you heard a little bit about the R1 research institution, and at Syracuse we also have a really focused attention to undergraduate research. And of course it makes sense that students in engineering and in the sciences would be focused in research, but the creative arts and the humanities are as well. And so there's an office called the Source. It's the Syracuse Office of Undergraduate Research and Creative Endeavors. And our students in VPA, and really students across campus that you've learned about tonight, are being awarded funding to really feed their creative and their research projects. So I think that's also a really important point to make, because at Syracuse we think undergraduates are important, and we think your research is important as well. So next slide, I just quickly want to point out what it means to be a part of a professional college in the arts, as you may be looking at other schools that offer arts degrees in music, drama, visual arts, etc. And our programs, for the most part, offer those professional degrees: a Bachelor of Fine Art degree, a Bachelor of Industrial Design, a Bachelor of Music. And this means that the bulk of your curriculum is focused within the classes in your major and supportive classes of the major. So you would not follow a liberal arts core curriculum, with the exception of our dual programs with School of Education, which is art education and music education. That's because New York State says as an educator you need some specific courses. But otherwise, our students have a lot of freedom in terms of the academic coursework that they take. They have to take academics. That's why you come to a place like Syracuse, to pair it with your art. But we give you flexibility to choose the things that make sense for you and drive your passions. We do also have a couple of degrees that are a Bachelor of Science and a Bachelor of Art, but why I have these slides here is for you to compare with other institutions. So it really is about balance in terms of the types of classes and how much within your major. So if you're looking at other schools that offer a Bachelor of Science in art, your class split will be more like 50-50 classes in your major and then academics. And with a Bachelor of Arts, that would have a liberal arts core experience and then about a quarter of your curriculum within your major, which is really the opposite of those professional degrees. Next slide. Just a quick look at some of the places where our alumni work. We have over 24,000 active alumni from VPA, and they are all over the place and in many places that other alumni that you've heard about tonight are as well. Syracuse has a great network, and all students really benefit from that. But I like to show this because there is that myth that there's a starving artist. If you study in the arts, you won't find success, and that's absolutely not true. Jonathan mentioned the Invented SU. We have lots of design students engaged in that and winning competitions. We have students that are exploring business opportunities, and they're connecting with the Whitman School of Management, and we have students that connect up with the iSchool, and so they're bringing all these interests together. And last slide. Last but not least, we do require a portfolio or an audition for entry into most of our programs. So again, as most of my colleagues have said, I highly recommend that you attend one of our more detailed information sessions to dig into all of this. But for our visual arts in the School of Design, the Department of Transmedia, the School of Art, and our non-performance drama majors, those all require a portfolio that gets uploaded to SlideRoom and then joins up with the rest of your application. And we do offer advisory portfolio reviews, both on an appointment basis, and also we attend national portfolio days. So please visit us at any point to get some feedback on your work before you submit your final. And then our Department of Drama and our Setner School of Music performance majors do require an audition. The drama performance majors require a pre-screen, and those have even earlier deadlines than the application. So please look into the details and contact my team if you have questions. And our Department of Drama theater management major requires a special interview beyond the admissions interview. Our Communication Rhetorical Studies major and our School of Design Studies, which is a Bachelor of Science, those two do not require any additional talent components. But again, I hope to see you at one of our sessions or in other venues, maybe National Portfolio Day, and wish you lots of luck as you dive into your college search.
Thank you all for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question essay. We'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide. Also, this was just one of the many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions at IACAC.org. In about a week, you'll be able to find this recording as well as other session recordings at IACAC.org as well. Thank you all, and you guys have a great week.